Hopefully this reaches you in time, because we got some things to talk about. Unfortunately, most live streamers don't make it past their first 6 months of live streaming. And while that's unfortunate, I want to make sure that you guys avoid some of those mistakes. So let's talk about what not to do. What's up, guys? I'm Billy the Goat, content creator and live streamer on Facebook. I live stream every Monday, Friday, and Saturday, and I also publish videos just like this one on both Facebook and YouTube. If you haven't seen any of my content, right now is centered around helping new streamers navigate their way to full-time live streaming and content creation. As I've said before, I'm a firm believer in learning content creation alongside live streaming in order to help fast track yourself to doing both full time. Now, usually I'm talking about things that you can do to help yourself and kind of grow your community and get better and progress as a live streamer. But today, I want to address some of the things that I see a lot of new streamers doing and talk about why I don't think a lot of those things are necessarily good ideas. Okay, so first thing, stop going live so much. Now, if I want to be a full-time live streamer, shouldn't I be going live as much as possible? Unfortunately, this is what a lot of new streamers think, and while ultimately that should be one of your goals, in the beginning especially, going live 5 days a week shouldn't be a priority. Now, I assume that new streamers go live constantly because they assume that that's how they will get viewers and grow. But in the beginning, I would invest my time in other ways. Learning how to and creating VOD content will help you grow so much. Learning how to and engaging with your community offline will allow you to grow a lot faster as well. I've actually got another video on more ways to grow, so I'm not gonna go too far into this. But in the beginning, there are more effective ways to grow rather than being live constantly. And you're missing out on learning those ways because you're live constantly. And you definitely wanna avoid burnout, which is a very real thing. Imagine what that could do to your motivation. Going live 5 days a week and constantly only having 5 to 6 viewers because you aren't investing your time wisely elsewhere. So stop doing this. Learn how to edit some thumbnails or edit some videos. Learn how to manage another platform for help with promotion. But for God's sakes, stop going live so much. Second, stop switching games so much. Again, so much. So the problem isn't with switching games, it's the rate at which people are switching games. Obviously, there are variety streamers, but in the beginning, when you're focused on building a brand new following, it's much easier to build that community with one game first. And then once you have that solid following, if you want to do the variety streamer thing, then you can slowly start to introduce new games. But you have to remember, your potential supporters and followers are actually followers of the games first. You have to give people time to actually enjoy the content you make surrounding the games that they like long enough for them to actually become supporters and followers of your community. Now, it's not that I think this is the biggest problem for streamers starting out, but I did want to talk about it since I do hear the question, can I switch games and will it hurt my viewership? Yes, you can switch games, and no, it won't necessarily kill your viewership, but my advice is to stick it out with one game for as long as possible and allow people the time it takes for them to like you as a streamer first and gain their loyalty before switching it up. Then when you decide to switch games, just make sure that you're smart about it and communicate it with your community first and introduce the new content slowly. Number 3, stop switching platforms. I can only assume that one would switch platforms because they feel like they're not experiencing any type of growth. And I'm sure there are certain situations and circumstances that might put one platform over the other in terms of which one is best for you. But in my opinion, the platform itself does not dictate success. And if you haven't given yourself the chance to evolve and learn new skills as a live streamer and content creator, then technically you haven't given the platform a proper chance. And if you haven't started to acquire new skills and learn good habits, then you're really only taking those unsuccessful practices with you to the next platform. Now, I'm not saying that I think there's anything wrong with switching platforms, but I've seen streamers switching back and forth multiple times, and I've also seen new streamers who haven't even been live streaming for more than 6 months make a switch. In my opinion, before you think about making a switch to another platform, you should really ask yourself these questions. Have I expanded my skill set? What am I doing in terms of growth? Are there any other tools in terms of growth that I'm not using or aren't aware of? Now, I won't say exactly when I think the right time is to make a switch, because I myself have been live streaming on the very same platform since I started. And even though I'm not receiving the growth that I desire yet, I'm in no rush to make the switch. And I even took a hit in my personal life, which set back viewership. But as long as I have been able to continue growing my skill set, I have been able to maintain steady growth. And over time, I've also been able to get back some of that viewership. Which brings us to our fourth and final thought for today: stop rushing. I see new streamers rushing around to do almost anything. I see new streamers rushing around, streaming without a face cam, streaming without an overlay, or even basic stream alerts. Slow down. Again, guys, burnout is a very real thing, and I'm just doing my best to give you guys advice that's gonna help you avoid that. If you set your expectations too high in the beginning, you could possibly set yourself up for failure if you don't get those results as fast as you'd like. I think people are just making rash decisions without really giving themselves time to truly master the basics. They are rushing. If you have a half-finished overlay and haven't set up stream alerts and haven't learned how to effectively manage your stream health, then there is no reason you should be trying to live stream 5 days a week. If you haven't worked on your overall brand aesthetic or tried to come up with content ideas and content strategies, then there is no reason you should be rushing to live stream 5 days a week. My advice: be patient. Nothing great was built in a day, and everything will come in time as long as you commit to getting better. In my personal experience, as long as I have continued to grow my skill set, then I have consistently been able to achieve growth in my community and ultimately my viewership as well. But that still took time. So be patient, learn to master the basics, and don't rush to do so much. Take your time to really focus on the things that you need to improve on and get better at those things. Then you can start to expand your skill set, learn new things with the goal being to always improve. Know that things like your equipment will also come in time. So much of my equipment was actually donated to me through my community. So in the meantime, do the best that you can with the best that you can afford. And remember, guys, there's no sense in rushing. There is so much to learn when it comes to live streaming and content creation, and you need to focus and prioritize your time on learning the right things so that you don't make the wrong decisions too fast. All right, guys, that's it for today. I'm glad I got a chance to address some of those things. And keep in mind, most streamers don't make it past 6 months. And it's my opinion that the majority of these people rushed into live streaming, never tried content creation, never had a plan for growth, and set their expectations too high without doing much general research. And as fast as they started, they quit. Don't be these guys. Take your time. Hopefully you avoid the things we talked about today and are able to make better decisions on your journey. If you have any other questions about content creation or live streaming, please leave them down in the comments below, or any other topics that you guys would like to have me cover here on this channel. Remember, I live stream every Monday, Friday, and Saturday over on Facebook, so please drop me a follow and come and join in on some of our amazing follower games, or drop by just to chit chat about live streaming and content creation. All right, guys, have a good one. And as always, remember, Billy the GOAT. Believe it, live like you the greatest of all time.